8 years in a row, Coach. What allows that to happen?
It's a great question. I mean, we just try to stay consistent in how we do it every day. We've been fortunate to have really, really good players over those 8 years, certainly. And I've got a great coaching staff that goes with me, and but we prepare every day consistently, and really I think that's what's gotten us to this point.
What's unique about this year's team to maybe some of the other teams that you've taken to the NCAAs?
I think this team, certainly going into this year, had some experiences throughout their careers to put us in this position again. I look back at our seniors. They were in the NCAA tournament as sophomores after COVID year. And we got beat in the first round, and that was a learning experience for us. And then last year as juniors, they were part of a team that made a run to the Sweet 16, and that's just another experience. And so going into this year, this is the position we wanted to be in, and we feel like the experience we've gotten throughout their careers has led us to this point, and we're certainly happy to be here, and we're excited to see what we can do.
You guys get to host the first 2 rounds here. What does that mean to you and your team?
Yeah, it's awesome. We have one fifth-year on our team, Macy Harris, who experienced that as a freshman, but the rest of them haven't experienced that. So, I'm really happy for this group to be able to play at home. And it's I don't want to say it's easier, but it might be easier. It's easier certainly on our coaching staff. We don't have to figure out travel and meals and all of that, and just the familiarity of playing at home, Levick Arena. We're in there every day, and that certainly helps. To have our home crowd, even though we're on break, we'll still have a good turnout. We get great parent and community support, and that means a lot.
Can you scout your opponent, Wisconsin Lutheran?
Can I scout them?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We've got 3 really good teams coming in. We're in the middle of trying to figure those teams out. We'll put in a lot of time, and we honestly, today's day and age, we have access to every game they've played. We certainly won't watch all of those, but we'll have a good scout on our first round opponent, and we'll do some other work on Saturday's opponents as well, but we got to get through Friday first.
I know this is a team in years past that Wisconsin Lutheran has pulled some upsets in the first round of the D3 tournament. Is that how do you approach that? How do you sell that to your team that when this team gets in, they come ready to play?
Yeah, I think we won't sell that at all.
Okay.
Every team's different. We know that we have a good opponent, and anybody we play is going to be ready to play at this stage of the game. That's why they're here. They've been in big games. They've won big games. So we've been in big games too, and especially in our league. Our league was probably better than it's ever been, 1 through 7 this year. And so I feel like we've been in those big games, big moments. And as I mentioned earlier, throughout our upperclassmen's careers, they've been in big moments. And so that's not new to us. We're going to prepare and have a good scout and go in with confidence.
Do you feel battle-tested after 2 close conference tournament games?
We do. And really, if you look throughout the year, we've had a lot of really close games that several of them, we were behind in the fourth quarter. And one thing I'll say about this team is we've been very, very resilient. It hasn't been easy this year. It's never easy, but I think this year it's been harder to get wins. And, to go undefeated in our league was a huge accomplishment. And then to win 2 really close conference tournament games was big. And, yeah, so, these guys aren't afraid of big moments. And I've had a lot of coaches tell me after games, man, you guys never panic, and that's a big compliment. I don't think we do. We play the next play, and that's what we'll have to do here in March.
You have 3 1,000 career point scorers on your team this year. What does that say about their strength or maybe depth as well?
I think they got opportunities early in their careers, and that doesn't happen all the time at Wartburg. But this class, this senior class, and Macy, our 5th year, a lot of them played key roles from the beginning. I don't think we really have any stars on our team. We have a lot of players that complement each other well, and to spread out the scoring has also allowed them, 3 of them to get to 1,000. But I think if you ask them, they don't really care, and that's a great quality. We've got a bunch of girls that share the ball and are going to play on the defensive end and do whatever it takes to put ourselves in position to be successful.
Coach, it's your first time since 2019 going into the NCAA Tournament, a conference tournament victory. What does that do for your confidence and the girls' confidence on the team?
Yeah, I don't know if it's about confidence, but that was certainly something that we wanted bad. It'd been too long for us. It's one of our goals was to win the league, and then the next goal was to win our conference tournament and to cut down the nets. It's as I said, it has been too long. But our group is confident, and I think again, just playing in a lot of close games this year has prepared our team for this moment.
How much easier is selection shown Monday knowing you got the AQ as compared to maybe biting the fingernails?
Way easier. Yeah, it was great. You can just sit there and relax and wait to see who you play instead of wait to hope to get in. And so sleeping the night before was a lot easier for sure.
But they waited a while to say your name yesterday.
They did. They did. I started to wonder, are we in? Yeah, but a lot easier for sure.
Yeah, so you mentioned the experience this group has. How much of a factor is that on game day, on the floor, pregame, all that stuff?
Yeah, it's a lot different. Especially in the NCAA tournament, everything's different. There's protocols. You get you want to stay in a routine, and the routine is a little bit different. So just being in those moments in previous years, we kind of know what to expect, and Levick's going to look a little bit different. There's going to be banners up, but it's still about getting prepared to play the game. And over the last few years, I've made it a point to make sure that we take in the moment, and we'll do that again this year. Like, this is special, and to take in the moments along the way is a big part of it, and we don't want to lose that. But it's still about getting prepared to play the game, and we know we have good opponents, and we're a good team, and it should be a good experience.
Expanding on your last answer, how important is it to just take in that moment, because you've been here 8 years in a row? Sometimes that can lead to a program taking it for granted a little bit, but how important is it to realize that you did a lot of work to get to this point, so let's enjoy it and also be focused on doing our best once we get up?
Yeah, it's hugely important, and I think I've learned over the years that you can't get caught up in just, oh man, we got this game, but to enjoy the road. I talked after we won on Saturday about they're not going to probably remember a lot of the wins and a lot of the games. They'll certainly remember some, but it's going to be more about remembering the moments together and enjoying each other and coming together as a team, and that's a huge part of it. And I don't ever want to miss out on that part. And to have the balance of taking it all in, but also being prepared to play. And it's just another game, right? It's just another game, and so none of that preparation and how we do it is going to change.
How have you gotten to that point as a coach? You mentioned you've changed a little bit and appreciating the little things perhaps a little bit more. How have you gotten to that point as a coach?
Yeah, I just think, as a young coach and your first couple times there, you kind of forget, I think, to enjoy the process and enjoy those little moments, because you're always focused on what do we need to do, and I just think maybe I've matured a little bit. Maybe not, but I think in some ways I have, and so I think it's just through experience, through being there, and then reflecting after it's over, is what's gotten me to this point.
What are you the most excited about this weekend?
Continuing to be with my team, and we talk about that a lot, about there's not very many teams that get to be together today, and we get to be together today, and you just fight for another day together. And we've talked about that for the last 8 years when we're in this position that tomorrow it could end, and not necessarily tomorrow's tomorrow, but when you get to this point, you only have a few left, and just to have another day together is really, really special.
Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.